What's up, sports fans, and welcome back to the Roger Report. Get ready, because we've got a packed show with all the NFL action you crave. We're diving headfirst into DK Metcalf's potential revenge game against his former team, the Seattle Seahawks, and how Aaron Rodgers might be involved. Then, we're asking the burning question: will Aaron Rodgers finish the season as a top 12 fantasy quarterback? We've got the inside scoop. Plus, we're breaking down the AFC Notes, including what Joe Burrow and the Bengals are saying about protecting their star QB, and what Aaron Rodgers himself is saying about his pass protection and mobility with the Steelers. And finally, we're looking at how Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers absolutely crushed it in Week 1, proving that no preseason was no problem. You don't want to miss this. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single play. DK Metcalf downplays Seahawks' revenge game, but Aaron Rodgers might have other ideas. This Week 2 matchup pits DK Metcalf against his former team, the Seattle Seahawks, but Metcalf himself is playing it cool, stating it's just another football game. However, given Aaron Rodgers' history, particularly his own revenge game sentiments after facing the Jets, it's highly likely Rodgers might have a different agenda. Metcalf, who was traded to the Steelers in the offseason after requesting a move, led the team with 7 targets and 70 receiving yards in Week 1. With a less deep receiving core, Rodgers may look to heavily involve Metcalf against his old squad. Fans are buzzing about the narrative, drawing parallels to Rodgers' post-game comments after beating his former team. While Metcalf's departure from Seattle was on his terms, unlike Rodgers' exit from Green Bay, the emotional weight of playing a former team often lingers. Many expect Rodgers to target Metcalf frequently, making this game a must-watch to see if Metcalf can deliver a standout performance against the Seahawks. But will that revenge narrative extend to fantasy football? We're about to find out. And is Aaron Rodgers on track to be a top fantasy QB this season? Will Aaron Rodgers crack the top 12 fantasy QB ranks this season? After a strong debut with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the burning question for fantasy managers is whether Aaron Rodgers can maintain elite-level production. He showed flashes of his old self, but the question remains if he can consistently perform among the league's best fantasy quarterbacks throughout the entire season. Fans and analysts are dissecting his performance, looking at everything from his connection with receivers to his ability to avoid pressure. With fantasy football drafts already concluded and waivers being a constant battle, predicting Rodgers' fantasy ceiling is crucial for team success. His performance against tougher defenses and in high-pressure situations will be key indicators. Speaking of pressure, some QBs are feeling it more than others. Let's dive into the AFC Notes and see who needs to step up. AFC Notes: Joe Burrow needs protection, Aaron Rodgers addresses pass rush. The Cincinnati Bengals offensive coordinator, Dan Pitcher, has openly acknowledged the team's urgent need to improve protection for quarterback Joe Burrow. Pitcher highlighted early down struggles and missed opportunities on third downs as critical issues that put the team in difficult situations. Burrow himself echoed these sentiments, emphasizing the need to capitalize on one-on-one matchups and expressed a personal commitment to being more aggressive outside the pocket. Meanwhile, Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, despite leading the team to multiple scoring drives in his debut, took 4 sacks. Rodgers admitted his back felt tight and believes he needs to utilize his legs more effectively to avoid the pass rush, even though he felt the overall pass protection was decent. He's focused on cleaning up fundamental issues and getting the ball out quicker. But what about QBs who didn't even need the preseason to shine? We're talking Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers. No preseason was no problem for Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers. In a league where preseason reps are often debated, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson proved that skipping exhibition games is no barrier to Week 1 success. Allen, despite no preseason action, led a stunning fourth-quarter comeback for the Buffalo Bills against Lamar Jackson's Baltimore Ravens in a thrilling 40-40 victory. Jackson, also without preseason game time, showcased his MVP form with impressive stats both passing and rushing. Aaron Rodgers was another quarterback who skipped the preseason and delivered a stellar performance, throwing 4 touchdowns to lead the Pittsburgh Steelers to a win. This contrasts with other quarterbacks who played in the preseason but had mixed results. The article highlights that factors beyond preseason participation, such as team chemistry and offensive scheme, play a significant role in early season success. These QBs are already making noise, but what's next? Stay tuned for our full recap and look ahead. All right, that's a wrap on today's top stories. We saw DK Metcalf downplay a revenge game, but Aaron Rodgers might have other plans. We're still asking if Aaron Rodgers will be a top 12 fantasy QB this season. Joe Burrow needs better protection, and Aaron Rodgers is working on his mobility. And finally, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers proved no preseason is no problem. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all social platforms for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time on the Roger Report.